Y'all, the fallout's beginning already. We told you this was going to be a cataclysmic catastrophe for the Democrats and the left. You know, the whole Hillary Clinton Uno reverse on immigration, open borders, and it's now a destabilizing event and we need borders. They pulled the rug right out underneath all the lefties, and they're not responding too well. This video, I'm going to ask you to send to all your Democrat friends, all the people in the middle who are tempted by the alluring language of the left, all the people who are younger kids in the population who are tempted again by that same shiny bright object on the left and the progressivism. I need you to send this out to them because this is a very important video. They're starting to crash out on it. And I need you guys to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on if you agree with the message and you are down to help break the hold of the propaganda. All right. You can, of course, follow me on X at Braden LOA. We're going to talk about something right now, and it's this clip from Hillary Clinton. The fallout's beginning. I told you it was going to begin. I did a video last night, a live stream. Check that video out because it's going really strong right now in views. This is the underlying principle. Everyone got played. Everybody. Okay? Hold on a second before I actually play this clip to show you what they're reacting to. This is Batya Ungar, God almighty, I can't say her name, Ungar Sargon. She has a show on News Nation. I've always liked the way she delivers things, but she does an excellent segment here, and this sets up the entire thing. Watch this, and then I'll show you all of the lefty reactions to this. It's not good. Watch this.
For so long, we had to listen to these same people calling us literal Nazis and white supremacists for pointing out this exact thing. And now there's this view that this is the most obvious thing in the world. And of course, we need a border. On my show this week, we played a clip of all of the Democrats for the last 4 years denying that the border was open at all. Of course it was. But if you pointed this out and if you said we have to have a strong border, we cannot take in the entire global indigent, you were literally called a white supremacist for saying that. And now they want to turn around and lecture us about how exactly we're allowed to fix the very problem that they created. The word that really comes to mind here is chutzpah.
Yeah, well, I just call it balls. Anyway, this is the whole point. And I'm going to hit on this really hard. But I want you to fully understand when you're sending this out, and if you're a lefty or a Democrat or you are independent being tempted by the left, understand this is the pretty much the flow of events. There is no border open. It is a right-wing conspiracy and lie. There is no illegal immigration issue. It is perfectly fine. The border is not open. The border is secure. It's a piece of cake. We find out the border is open. You are a racist if you think that it's a problem for illegal immigration. Wait a minute, I thought 10 seconds ago the border wasn't open. No. It is. We figured out that you called us on the lie and you caught us. So now that we're not going to talk about the border being open anymore, because it obviously was, but we lied to you. So now we're going to move straight into, well, but you're a racist if you are upset with the reaction to that. And then we've been through 4 years of that. ICE raids start happening because sanctuary city policies are preventing the federal government from doing the constitutionally obligated responsibility passed by Congress and enforced by the executive branch. And because that's no longer polling very well, you get this. The shift is mind-blowing. And then I'm going to tie this together for the Democrats and the independents in a second. Watch this. This is what's setting the whole world on fire.
I think we need to call it for what it is.
Secretary
There is
Clinton.
a legitimate reason to have a debate about things like migration. It went too far. It's been disruptive and destabilizing, and it needs to be fixed in a humane way with secure borders that don't torture and kill people.
So now the new evolution is we're now on secure borders, and it needs to be enforced, and we need to realize that it's disruptive and destabilizing. This is the part, before I show you the far left reactions on this and how they are handling this very poorly for a very specific reason, I want to talk to the Democrats and the independents and any of the young that would be handed this video by someone you trust and care about, okay? Because I know you guys will do it. My audience will do this. You have to understand what they are doing to you. The left, the progressives, the far left. They are manipulating your emotional over your logic and reason. I genuinely do not blame middle-of-the-road Democrats for having an emotional response to this. Now, I do blame far lefties for going too far and starting violence across the entire nation. That's my bridge. But honest to God, if you are in the middle and you're independent and you have an emotional response and you just want the fighting to stop, I don't blame you for having that feeling. But you have to understand what they are doing to you. They set up the moral line and they said, if you're not over this line, then you are not with us. It caused you to separate from your family members. It caused relationships to dissolve. It caused men and women in their marriages to be at odds with each other. There were lefty campaigns saying, women, you don't sleep with your husbands if they voted for Trump. Women, you divorce your husband if he voted for Trump. There were open and overt attempts to destroy anyone and anything because it had to be laid on the altar of progressivism. That is what happened. It is what is actively happening. Now, after they've said, lay your bodies on the line, which that is not my quote, that is the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota, a sanctuary state. Lay your bodies on the line. Now that people are actively dying, it's not going well in polling and midterms are coming up. So now every single thing that you sacrifice on that altar of progressivism, on that altar of virtue signal, on the altar of sanctity of your purity of vision, you now don't have those relationships. You don't have opportunities. You may have lost a job. You have actual ramifications in your life. These people get up there and pull an Uno reverse on you, and now they expect you to get right in line and everything's fine, but you still can't deal with Trump or anybody who voted for Trump because they're evil Nazis and goose steppers, but we're going to adopt the exact same policies because midterms are coming up. Do you see it? Please see this. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not attacking you. You guys are being emotionally manipulated. And it's not that you are stupid. This is a well-known tactic that happens with propaganda. This is not a new thing in civilization. All right, let me show you these far lefties and let me know what you think in the comments field because I think this is a very important piece. There's no reason to bash these people for being manipulated. You just have to point it out. Joe, this is a far left account. What the F? Yep. And you got Jessica Burbank. Why is it always migration went too far and instead of U.S. intervention went too far? Or how about the U.S. leaders failed to create functioning systems to accommodate basic human needs, including migration? See it? They're always going back to the same old talking points because they just got smoked by one of their leaders. They're scrambling. They have to figure out where the footing is going to land because the far left emotional virtue signal is clearly not going to be the thing for the next 8 to 10 months. All right. Has she done a single helpful thing since losing in 2016? Stephen King says, very tired of progressives being demonized as lunatic leftists. We're not. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are the parasite that is completely and totally destroying the Democrat Party and taking a whole lot of people's relationships, jobs, and lives with you. And this is what my evidence for that would be. You're not leftist lunatics, right? Everything's fine. You guys are, oh my gosh, those progressives are not crazy. Except when Charlie Kirk got shot, I seem to remember these clips because I covered them.
We got Charlie in the neck, in the neck. We got Charlie in the neck.
Charlie Kirk just got shot in the neck. Hey, ooh, ah, ooh.
He had it coming.
Yep. You guys are definitely not lunatic leftist. Yes, you freaking are. And that's why I talk to Democrats and independents because you guys will see it eventually. I have an entire contingent of my viewership, which I consider loyal lefties. Okay. So you're telling me Bill Clinton and Barack Obama are worse than Hitler and Trump combined? Not sure you thought this all the way through, Hill Dog. Talking about Hillary Clinton and how Bill Clinton and Barack Obama deported more people than Trump has. This is the kind of shit where Hillary Clinton lost an election against the most unpopular candidate in history. Flag on the play. Popular vote is a Republican. Every single swing state is a Republican. House and Senate and White House. So that's not really going to play there, dummy. Hopefully, someday she learns people don't care about her opinion anymore and she quits making dumb public statements like this. And finally, Hillary Clinton is a total and unmitigated catastrophe of a human being and a complete moral and political failure. She should simply go away in silence and never come back. Y'all, the progressives cannot allow this to exist. They are either going to moderate and be called traitors to the cause, or they're going to continue to buck the moderate stance that was just taken by the Democrat establishment. Because the Democrat establishment just went and pivoted towards the middle on immigration, ICE, and everything they've been fighting for the last 4 months. Hard pivot. And the honest to God sacrifices that everyone made, whether they were young Americans on the left, or they were middle independent, tempted by the left, they're all for naught because now the political winds have changed and everything that you gave up was great, it was fun, it was cool, but now we're doing something different. You still don't have that thing. You still don't have everything you lost, but damn it, they got a good talking point. I hope this reaches somebody. Let me know if it does, and I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.